We all know the basics of the food chain: plants eat sunlight, animals eat plants, and bigger animals eat smaller animals. In the world of nature, though, there are always exceptions, as evidenced by plants that attract, trap, and digest animals, mostly insects, but also the occasional snail, lizard, or even small mammals. So today, I'm going to tell you about top 10 most dangerous carnivorous plants in the world. 1. Tropical pitcher plant. The main thing that distinguishes the tropical pitcher plant, genus Nepenthes, from other carnivorous vegetables is its scale. The pitchers of this plant can reach over a foot in height, ideal for capturing and digesting not only insects, but small lizards, amphibians, and even mammals. The doomed animals are attracted by the plant's sweet-scented nectar, and once they fall into the pitcher, digestion can take as long as 2 months. There are about 150 Nepenthes species scattered around the Eastern Hemisphere, native to Madagascar, Southeast Asia, and Australia. Also known as monkey cup, the pitchers of some of these plants are used as drinking cups by monkeys. 2. Venus flytrap. The Venus flytrap is certainly the most well-known of carnivorous plants. It is also easiest to acquire, being inexpensive and small enough to likely find in your store's floral section, rather than having to visit your local nursery. True to its name, it uses the snapping trap to capture prey, after it lures them in with its sweet smell and fluorescent blue glow, that is. And while its most common prey is indeed the fly, it also eats ants, beetles, other insects, and arachnids, even frogs. Once it snaps shut, it takes up to 10 days to consume the prey with red sap and open to reveal the exoskeleton. 3. Cobra lily. Although the cobra lily is a type of pitcher plant, it doesn't resemble the description of a monkey cup or even an obvious pitcher shape. Its appearance is markedly different. Instead, it looks like a cobra with its head curled up and ready to strike. Also, unlike other pitcher plants, it doesn't trap rainwater, but instead fills up its pitcher with water it absorbs from its roots. However, it likewise eats a variety of insects from small to large and uses both lobster pot and pitfall trapping mechanisms. Its many false exits with transparent patches trap its prey, which when it's exhausted, succumbs to drowning in the liquid. 4. Sundew. Drosera, which is commonly known as the sundews, is one of the largest genera of carnivorous plants, with at least 194 species. These members of the family Droseraceae lure, capture, and digest insects using stalked mucilaginous glands covering their leaf surfaces. Another carnivorous plant with several geographic varieties, the sundew uses both flypaper and snapping tentacles as trapping mechanisms to capture and eat insects. Mosquitoes are abundant in the sundew's preferred habitat, and can make up a significant portion of their diet in these locations. Sundews can kill a trapped insect in about 15 minutes, but may digest it over a few weeks. Like its name, it looks like the ends of the hairs on its leaves have the dewdrops that appear with the morning sun. These droplets are anything but water, though, so thirsty insects get stuck on the small, but deadly plant. 5. Bladderwort. Utricularia, commonly and collectively called the bladderworts, is a genus of carnivorous plants consisting of approximately 233 species. They occur in fresh water and wet soil as terrestrial or aquatic species across every continent except Antarctica. The bladderwort plant most obviously uses the bladder trap to capture and eat insects, aquatic worms, water fleas, fish fry, mosquito larvae, and young tadpoles. But how exactly does it work? This aquatic plant pumps out water from its bladders to create vacuum suction. When prey comes and touches the bristles on the flexible openings, the bladder opens to take in the prey along with water. The bladderwort has a trap faster than the blink of an eye. It uses powerful suction to snatch its prey. The way a bladderwort catches its prey is to wait for prey animals to touch trigger hairs situated on the trapdoor, which closes the trap watertight. 6. Butterwort. Bright, orchid-like flowers are the feature of this plant at first sight. Look closer, though, and you'll see tiny hairs that secrete a mucus-like substance. The bright colors of the flowers, whether white, pink, yellow, or purple, attract the prey. The flypaper traps it in, then the leaves secrete digestive juices. It eats crickets, flies, spiders, caterpillars, slugs, gnats, springtails, and fruit flies. 7. Corkscrew plant. This carnivorous plant differs from other predatory photosynthetic life forms in that it doesn't target insects. Instead, it eats microscopic organisms, including protozoans. And rather than attracting its prey above ground, it has specialized leaves growing under the soil. It also has above-ground leaves, which photosynthesize light, and it is classified as an herb. 8. Dewy pine. Unlike most other carnivorous plants, the dewy pine grows in dry areas. The dewy-looking secretions resemble honey to attract prey, while the sticky leaves trap it and an enzyme digests the insides of the insect to leave behind a dry shell. Each dewy pine leaf is covered in two types of glands, stalked glands, that produce sticky mucilage, and sessile glands, that secrete digestive enzymes and absorb nutrients. 9. Roridula. Native to South Africa, roridula is a carnivorous plant with a twist. It doesn't actually digest the insects it captures with its sticky hairs, but leaves this task to a bug species called Pomerodia roridulae, with which it has a symbiotic relationship. What does the roridula get in return? Well, the excreted waste of roridulae is especially rich in nutrients that the plant absorbs. By the way, 40-million-year-old fossils of roridula have been discovered in the Baltic region of Europe, a sign that this plant was much more widespread during the Cenozoic era than it is now. 10. Waterwheel plant. For all intents and purposes, the aquatic version of the Venus flytrap, the waterwheel plant has no roots, floating on the surface of lakes and enticing bugs with its small traps. The traps of the waterwheel plant can snap shut in as little as 1/100th of a second. You may not be surprised to learn that this plant and the Venus flytrap share at least one common ancestor, a carnivorous plant that lived sometime during the Cenozoic era. Normally, we are used to seeing animals eating plants and other animals, but we need to understand that nature is full of wonder. These plants are the best examples of that. These plants prey on animals to achieve their nutritional needs. But not all plants are prey animals. So, what do you think of these unique animal-eating plants? Don't forget to leave a comment below.